It's that time of the year again. Time to bust out the pumpkin spice, put on a classic horror movie, and most importantly, fire up the 3D printer. Don't settle for the same old seasonal props. We're aiming for a true hunting elegance, diving into four incredible DIY projects to achieve that dark atmospheric style. First up, a quick win. I wanted a simple but effective piece to set the mood. So I printed this urn vase in black PLA. This model was designed by Makerworks on printables. And I chose it because I think it looks a little like a spooky Gothic urn. You can find tons of free vase models online, but I made sure to pick one that had a kind of macabre look to it. Now, a vase is just a vase until you add the right flora. I found this incredible dead, hunted rose bouquet on Amazon. The contrast of the dark, almost rotting roses against a crisp black vase is just perfect. I'll be sure to include the link for these roses in the description. There's no painting or assembly required here, just print, set the flowers, and you have an instant dark and elegant decor. A solid simple start. Next up, we're building something with serious visual impact, a Gothic Candelabra. This incredible model was designed by Edward Felix from Maker World. Definitely check out his other works and his YouTube channel, Edward Felix Makes. The detail here is next level. Since this is a static piece that will only be viewed from the front, I saved on print time and materials by just printing the front half and keeping the back flat. A little quick hot glue assembly and the candelabra is complete. Since a piece like this looks best in pairs, I went ahead and made a second one so I could have a matching set. Now for the fun part, turning plastic into polished metal. I used a product called Rub and Buff in antique gold. You just need a tiny bit and it instantly transforms the piece, giving it that perfect antique brass look. It's like magic. My LED taper candles were slightly off size for the model. That's no problem for a 3D printer. I quickly designed and printed a small custom adapter to fix the issue. Since I had two candelabra, I printed 6 of these little adapters and glued one into each candle holder. Then pop in the battery powered candles, and boom, a classic moody Halloween centerpiece. This is the project I was most excited about, a haunted music box. The Ballerina model is by JB Designs on Maker World. Printed her in white PLA, and yes, sometimes the most satisfying part is the little things, like support removal ASMR. I wanted her to look eerie, so using some acrylic paint, I gave her blood red eyes and added these dramatic red tears, making it look like she's crying out for help. Then, a quick test on a spinning display vase. Check that out. That's exactly the kind of creepy spin I was hoping for. For the main structure, I found this arch designed by Charles M. from Maker World. I originally wanted a mirror paneling, but I was out of scrap material, so I improvised with a simple piece of white paper. This actually works better as it's going to act as a diffuser for the lights that I'm going to add. Now for the electronics. I quickly soldered these pre-wired LEDs right onto the battery terminals of the spinning display. The idea was simple. I wanted a single power source so that when the music box spins, the light turns on automatically. But as I tested them, the way the light was diffused at the back just didn't work. It looked too dim and lost all the spooky impact I was hoping for. This needed a quick fix. To fix the light issue and clean up the structure, I moved straight into designing a custom base. This new piece serves as a proper pedestal for the ballerina and a wall or a base at the back to hold the arch window in place, all while hiding the electronics. I then designed a clamp to secure the arch to the base. I then strategically positioned the LEDs on the sides, aiming them at an angle to give a spooky directional glow to the arch. And finally, I added a few small details. A crown of thorns by Noob 3D Lab, decorated with mini roses by Drudge KZZ. These small pieces of extra detail just bring everything together. And that's the Haunted Ballerina music box. I'm extremely happy with how eerie this turned out. The final project is giving my Google Doorbell a spooky Gothic makeover. I printed the doorbell cover base, an antique Baroque frame, and this fantastic gargoyle by Ovitech. All models linked below. First, the gargoyle needs to look like it's been perched on a cathedral for 300 years. I started by rub and buffing it with silver for a base metallic look. Then, I hit it with a watered down black wash, dabbing the excess to bring out all the gritty detail. For the rust, I dab on specks of brown and a salmon pink orange like acrylic paint, really focusing on the crevices and highlights. Now for the main assembly. I glued the Baroque frame to the doorbell cover. Then, I used a small printed disc as a riser to mount the gargoyle so it looks like it's bursting right out of the frame. Feeling great about the look, I hurried outside to fit it, and immediately ran into a huge problem. Because of the doorbell's wide angle lens, the gargoyle completely blocks half the video view. Not good for security. It was back to the design phase. The gargoyle had to move. I decided to place him on top of the frame, like a little guardian. But that left a blank space at the front, so I needed a new focal point. I decided on a classic nod to the original doorbell, a door knocker relief by Gissner from Makerworld. This new relief got the antique gold robin buff treatment, a black wash, and then a patina look using green and teal acrylic paint. I actually made two versions, a thinner one and a thick one, just in case. The thinner one, with its better patina look, passed the camera test with flying colors with just minimal obstruction. I glued the thin relief in place as well as a gargoyle on the top of the frame. I then installed the cover on the doorbell. The gargoyle is guarding from above and the door knocker looks incredible. Here is a sample of the final camera view. Problem solved, and it looks even better than the first attempt. And that's 4 projects done. From the elegant simplicity of the Haunted Rose vase to the problem-solving journey of the Gothic Doorbell, I'm so happy with how all of this came together. But the hunting isn't over yet. Next week, we're back with part 2 where I'll show you how all of these pieces looks in my final Halloween home decor setup. Plus, we have 3 more massive projects to build, including a Disneyland Haunted Mansion door knocker, a fully haunted moving portrait, and yes, an actual moving Ouija board. Which of these 4 projects was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. A huge thank you to all the fantastic designers whose models made these builds possible. As always, the links to every single model and materials are available in the description. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the final reveal next week. This is Joe X Builds. Thanks for watching and happy hunting!